Do you think we are co-workers? Coach Yeager, myself, you, Jeff.
I think that we're pieces to a puzzle that help things work and go round for all of these athletes.
We're everybody has a link in the chain
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because I think it's awesome that you took time. Obviously, there you getting to know all of us now exudes a little comfort in that what I've heard is not really who you were. So you get to hear about us through our kids that we've coached, and the test of time proves out what is real.
Most definitely.
So DJ will tell you something about me, and it's probably going to be similar to what Willie says. It's probably going to be similar to what Brandon says,
yeah.
TJ says, all these kids, right? And that, I think that's what you lean on. You don't worry about all that other.
Well, I think it's a trusted voice. Me and Jeff has been knowing each other for years. When I had Xavier Langford, when nobody knew the kid, and he's at Pelham, and Pelham's not one of these big winning programs. It was actually a team that was a rival of ours at Hueytown. And when I met him and I met his son, we just built a relationship. So when he said, hey, man, I think you need to go talk to him. And then when I told DJ, I said, DJ, he's my director of operations while he's home, playing for Marina football. And I'm like, hey, DJ, I'm going to talk to Coach Hood and Yeager. And he's like, man, we used to go over there with Coach Yeager in the lineman camp. And, and when I talked to him, to hear you guys light up when you guys talked about my kids are my direct connection. Trusted voices are my direct connection to say, hey, is this okay? And honestly, I prayed about it. Because Jeff can tell me something, DJ can tell me something. But if I pray and God tell me, hey, the Holy Spirit hit me and say, hey, go, I'm going to go. Because one thing I've learned is being obedient comes with a blessing and also comes with God saying, hey, I can afford to give you more responsibility because you were obedient in moments when I told you to be.
Yeah. One other thing I want to ask you, Coach L, is like today, you got a busy schedule. You got a lot of important people coming in, Coach Cristobal, Coach Golding. You've built relationship with those guys through the years. And so, one of the things you see on media is all these guys coming in, and I think it's really good that when we have a player that's a prospect, and I'll be honest with you, there's some players that if they've got 5 stars, 4 stars beside their name, they're going to see them, and the bottom line is, do they really need a lot of help? And most of them don't, but there's some kids that fall through the cracks on occasion, or there may be somebody that they may not be a power 4 kind of player, and they need our help. So when a coach comes through, when the college coaches come through, anybody that can give our players help, I'm 100% for that. The question I have for you is this. I see a lot of times with the college coaches and stuff, do you think that the college coaches, rather than bypassing the high school coach and going to whether it's there's some of these recruiting services, you're not the only trainer, in Alabama. There's trainers, stuff like that. But bypassing the high school coach, do you think that they should go through as a supplement? I'm not saying either. I'm not saying or. Yeah. I'm saying and. Mm-hmm. Do you think they should go through the high school coach too?
So, if a coach comes in and see me and interested in a kid, you have to go through the high school coach.
Thank you.
Coach Prime has a good relationship with me because of Cameron Silman Craig, a kid that came to me in 9th grade at Fultondale High School and ended up, due to a family situation of a death, ended up going to Texas and building a relationship with Shador Sanders. This kid went to Jackson State with them. This kid went to Colorado. Because of who he told Coach Prime I was to him, bridged the gap.
Yeah.
And Coach Prime called me and was like, hey, you got a receiver over there that I think's pretty good. His uncle played at Florida State, Mason McClure. Yeah. He was like, he gets an offer. And I'm like, hey, tell Coach Box, your director of recruiting, to call Coach Vakakis and tell him this kid has an offer. And Mason's like, Coach, can I post? I said, no, you can't. I said, because it's not official through me. And I'm like, if I'm a message carrier, the comfort that I have is I'm happy that I've done a great job of taking care of kids to the point where coaches can trust me because of the relationship they have with the kids as well too. Yeah. But I'm a firm believer that you go through the coach. Yeah. And when they come into the city, a lot of coaches, the reason why they come in and build relationships with me is because when they were GA, like Kane Womack, when I was at Jacksonville State, he was a GA. Now he's the defensive coordinator at Alabama. because of the relationship on who I was to him when he wasn't the defensive coordinator is why he wants to stop by and see me. You know, Freddie Roach, who coached DJ Dale for 3 of those years, he's like, hey, DJ used to talk about you so much. Now me and his wife, and my wife's name is Ashley, his wife's name is Ashley. Our 2 baby kids are the same age, and we built a relationship to the point where every morning when we're working out, we're talking about life because he doesn't have a person that he can call and understands that, hey, I love football, but let's talk about something other than football. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You need those relationships. But I'm a firm believer that when you come into the city, you need to come in and see everybody. But it's a reality there that the same way that Coach L may get a bad rep for kids, high school coaches, some of them are not necessarily selling their players. They're selling their next opportunity to become a college coach.